Today I wanted to give you a quick synopsis of the principal parts of verbs to help you with the lesson that follows. If you remember, a verb is an action word or a state of being. Action words are like walk or dance or play. State of being is the form of be, as in am, is, are, was, were, be, been, being. And you can have the other linking verbs like grow is sometimes a linking verb, as in I grow tall, or it could be an action verb, as in I grow corn. So in English, there are four principal parts or forms of verbs. These would be the base present, the present participle, the past, and the past participle. As a general rule, our base or present verb is going to be sort of the root of the verb. So walk is our base verb, but then if we want it as a present participle, walking, we add the ing. As we move into the past tense, it's walked with an ed ending, and then the past participle has also an ed ending. So the base, like I said, is the most basic or root form of the verb, and it plays that important role in forming the present and past tenses. The base alone is used for most forms of the present tense, including first person, second person, and third person, but it might change or usually changes, is in third person singular, as in he, she, or it. For example, let's take a peek. So first person practice, I practice, that just stays the same, right? It stays the same for second person, as in you practice. But when we go down to the third person singular and we have a he or a she, we end up adding that S. He practices or she practices. It changes its form in that third person singular. To form past tense, you take the base form and add ed for most verbs. If the base ends in a silent E, you would just add a D rather than the ed. So for walk, as the base verb, we add the ed, and past tense would be walked. For bake as the base verb, that's hard to say, you add ed, and baked becomes the verb form. So then when we use verbs as participles, they're functioning as a verb phrase. So we're adding one of those helping verbs that you learned so well in 7th grade. So have, has, had, can, could, should, may, might, must, those helping verbs. You should have memorized all of them with Miss Tonda if you remember right. So when you use a verb phrase, the participle will change the form of the verb. So walk in present participle becomes walking, and then in past participle becomes walked. Bake becomes baking, and then past participle is baked. So here you go. Here's the form in a sentence. My sister is walking to school today, or my brother was watching television when I came home. Past participles are formed in the same way, and then we add the ed. So they have hiked this trail many times before, or before leaving, we made sure we had walked the dog. So for today's quiz or little exercise, you're going to want to write down base, present participle, past, and past participle. And then when you find the verb, you're going to identify what form it is in. I hope this explains the lesson. Have a great day.